Hey, wait. Hello, how are you?
Well, at least none of them are as bad as Dick Van Dyke. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 5 celebrities doing British accents on the Graham Norton Show. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at some of Graham's guests who travelled from further afield but gave their best shot at a British accent. Number 5, Anne Hathaway. Everyone was left speechless when Lena Dunham showed her attempt at a British accent, and not in a good way.
I've been working on it. But my friends and colleagues don't think it's very good.
I'd keep the sentences short. It was very good at the beginning.
So it was no wonder that Anne Hathaway didn't look so keen to have a go too.
Go on, Anne, give it a go, babe.
Helpful as ever, East End boy Mickey Flanagan eggs her on while reminding her that if she's gonna do a Cockney accent, it had better impress him too.
All right, love, you want me to give it a go?
Hey!
And after getting some much-deserved approval from the audience for a very good and convincing Cockney accent, we love that she went back for more while telling her anecdote about filming Batman in London.
And there are these two boys, and they're sitting there, and they're staring at him. And one of them goes, "Oi! You Batman!"
Number 4, Mel Gibson. You can't really invite Mel Gibson on the show without bringing up Braveheart.
It was difficult, but I was up there and immersed among people who all needed subtitles.
The Scottish accent is a hard one to master at the best of times, so Graham wanted to know how Gibson got to grips with it, and the story is good. It all comes down to dinner one night with Sean Connery at a Hungarian restaurant, where just listening to the Scotsman order helped him learn the accent.
We were at Andy Vanya's place, and he's Hungarian, and he made goulash. Now, imagine Sean Connery saying that word.
Gibson does a great Sean Connery impression as he shares the story.
He said, I always have bread rolls with my goulash. Fantastic.
We only wish all the other guests had tried to pull off a Connery accent too.
I've never forgotten it.
And actually,
It makes you just want to say it, right?
it's good.
Number 3, Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas. Jimmy Carr is telling Graham about his newfound talent for accents before turning to the other guests and asking them if they'd like to have a go too.
Because
So in
then
Liverpool-
you could start playing British people, and
Sure.
Meryl Streep gets them all now, and
You could be in Desperate Housewives.
We certainly don't think Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas had this in mind when they agreed to come on the show, but they're good sports nonetheless.
I want some chicken and I want a horse.
They start out with the Scouse accent led by Jimmy, and while Banderas delves right in, Hayek seems more apprehensive.
I want some chicken and I want a coke. I want some chicken and I want a coke.
Next up, they take a shot at some Geordie words. It's a tough accent to grasp, so we have to give them props for a pretty good effort.
Poopa scoopa,
Poopa scoopa,
oompa loompa,
oompa loompa,
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki.
Number 2, Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz, and Usher. This could have all gone Pete Tong as these American stars take their turn at some Cockney slang. The Americans are given some phonetically written, typical East End phrases to try.
so if you read this phonetically, you should sound like an Eastender.
Fortunately, Danny Dyer is there on hand to help, but all 3 of them actually do really well.
Quarter pounder.
There you go, see?
Jamie Foxx nails Quarter Pounder, and Cameron Diaz gives Alma Chiswick quite a decent shot.
How much is it?
It's about £10.50.
However, we have to single out Usher, whose inner Cockney boy comes out as he asks,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah!
Hey EastEnders, if you're looking for a new face on the square, we know who you can ask. Number 1, Chris Pratt. Remember when TOWIE was all the rage? Well, Chris Pratt does. When he and Melissa McCarthy are on the same night as John Bishop, Graham jokes by asking if they've understood a single word he said.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
He said
Is
he
there
was
a
in the
bell?
Fellowship of the Ring.
This segues us on nicely to Chris Pratt's surprisingly good Essex accent, which he picked up by watching episodes of The Only Way is Essex.
So, like, honestly, I saw this guy.
The show was so unnecessarily melodramatic that he would imitate the conversations, and it's completely spot on.
Like, Michael cheated on me when he was in a beefer, and I was like... because he was telling me, he's like, you know, like, I miss you, or whatever, and I'm like... you like, miss me? What am I, your mother?
If you watch TOWIE, you'll probably love this, and if you haven't, thanks to Chris Pratt, you now will never need to. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.